Good evening, everyone. Today, my group is group 2. We have Kevin, Tilly, Peter, and me is Anna. So today we'll talk about the villain shot of Vincent van Gogh. So first, we will talk a little bit about the artist Van Gogh. So his name is Vincent van Gogh. Uh, Although he was the virtual unknown and poor throughout his life, Vincent van Gogh is considered one of the greatest Dutch painters of the post-impressionist era. His famous works include Starry Night, Sunflowers, and Self-Portrait. So here is some quick facts. He wanted to be a minister. He cut off his ear. He lived in an asylum.
Asylum.
And he had more than 2,100 works. And he died at 37 from self-inflicted gunshot. So miserable. So the quotation of Vincent: enjoy yourself too much rather than too little, and don't take art or love too seriously. So
The letter 183. I think this letter is it meaning about the Vincent feeling stress and he need sell the bishop sell the ass to need more money to live and I think in his life in that time it also like the picture the people eat potato. It painting is depressed about that time me light up the farmer and I can see the similar about this and Vincent like in 100 180 182 in this.
So in letter 2, at this time, Vincent van Gogh feels overwhelmed after putting too much effort into work, yet he is still getting succumbed in his depression. Eventually, his life becomes darker day by day. So at this time, his painting also very dark, like this olive trees. It still have a pretty dark theme in it.
Up next is letter 3. This letter after Gogh become Vincent's roommate. They have been through a lot of conflict to incompatibility of temper. So the day after the letter, Vincent cut his ear off during a state of terrible excitement and in high fever. The quarrel was made up because they incompatibility of temper. So they try to they decide to go and not live together.
and about the letter 4, 591, he feels better after treated at the hospital, and he believes that all his faculty for work will soon come back to him. So I compare it to his painting, The Starry Night, which is very famous. In Starry Night, contoured forms are means of expression, and they are used to convey emotion. Many feel that Van Gogh's turbulent quest to overcome his illness is reflected in the dimness of the night sky. The village is painted with the dark colors, but the brightly lit window create a sense of comfort. And the last is the letter 5, 692, and 52. In this letter, I can see that in the letter, Vincent has no way to explain. He just saw one painting. His mentor, he thought that himself is useless. So he wrote this letter and decided to die after 4 days. And I compared to this painting. It's called At Eternity Gate. Vincent van Gogh was haunted throughout his life by depression and loneliness, and suffered serious mental problems. He found comfort, however, in the contemplation of God and eternity. On July 27, 1819, 2 months after completing his painting, he shot himself in a delirium. He died 2 days later at the age of 37. So miserable. And this is the end of my presentation.
All right. So I really like the presentation, the way you portray Van Gogh's feelings with the paintings, especially during that time. Are the paintings also at the same time with the letter?
Yep.
Okay, very good, Anna. Very good for portraying it because as we asked earlier, that paintings, can you show one picture? One slide that is showing, let's say, starry starry. I like this letter two. Letter,
Let's see.
yeah, okay. Okay, so as what Sophie said earlier, artists, when they painted something, it actually reflects on how they feel, right? And Bill earlier said that this one is actually still having dark strokes. Okay, there's clouds and the olives are, yeah, there's still dark strokes in his life. Okay, so the question is, do you think that Vincent van Gogh was a tortured artist? Why or why not? Do you think that Vincent van Gogh is a tortured artist?
Mm, Vincent, can you explain the word?
Tortured. Torture is, it is when you are actually having a very like suffering. You full of suffering, like you call that when you know when you are when you when the police took you and then you are having a very hard time in the police station.
Uh, like Fred or something like that.
Yes, like hard life.
Uh, I think yes. Uh, According to the father of him, they are really like very dark, and I can say he feel very depressed. All his life is miserable, and he over his life at the age of 37.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So he is suffering. Do you think his suffering is self-inflicted?
I
Yes,
can
Lily. Yes, Lily.
What?
Mm.
Wait, I answer.
Yeah.
Okay. His torture is self-inflicted because he trying to do something that is hurt him. Like he cut off a piece of own ear because he was too mentally broken down, but no one helped him. He doesn't have anyone around, and his art wasn't recognized, and I think that's contribute to his mental health being worse and worse by the day, which resulted to him cutting up his own ear and maybe led to suicide.
Okay, that is so true. All right. So, thank you so much, Lily. I think, yeah, the suffering is both actually self-inflicted and also the society also from the society because maybe the people around him except Theo did not support his passion. Okay, so now, group two, what can you advise if you are given a chance to advise to young artists? What would you advise to them, especially to Abby? Abby is an artist and Sophie is an artist. What can you advise to them?
Um, I will say to them that don't think about a negative thing. Just follow your dream, and maybe now you can't find a successful, but maybe in the future, if you follow it, if you do it, maybe you can succeed on your way.
Okay. Can you go back to the first slide? There is a quote that Van Gogh mentioned. Yeah, that one. It says there, enjoy yourself too much rather than too little. And don't take art or love too seriously. Do you believe that? Would you like to do that?
I
Okay, I will let you reflect on that. Let us all, well, thank you so much, group 2. That was a very nice presentation. Very nice slide. Good job. Great, great, great. Okay, let's love too seriously. Do you believe that? Would you like to do that?
I
Okay, I will let you reflect on that.